Hi, welcome to my new channel. It's just my thoughts about films and how they can change. And so I'm not going to bother with any fancy graphics or intros or titles. You can see my mic. Okay, people don't have time for that. How films can be better. It's easy to say in hindsight because, well, after the event, it's easy to see where you went wrong. So I need a theme tune for the channel. Oh no, that's been done. So the main point of this channel is to do a quick review, but then more importantly to say in hindsight how it could have been better. So Extraction, 2020, Netflix, Chris Hemsworth battling his way through in a graphic novel kind of John Wick style action film. It's good, go and see it. Okay, so now we're going to go on to the spoilers. So if you haven't seen it, go away and see it, then come back and see what you think and see if you agree with me. So how could I make Extraction better in hindsight? Well, for me, I'd like to make it more realistic. So I know it's based on a graphic novel, so it's not meant to be over-the-top action and things like that, but for me, if it made it more realistic, it would be 10 times better. The character of the young up-and-coming gangster lives on the street kid, really good character. The thing that annoyed me was that they resulted in a cliche where he kills the main actor in the end because he didn't respect him in the beginning. It's been done before with Carlito's Way, with Al Pacino. Every time they fall into a cliche with this film, it's disappointing. So just avoid cliches. One of the other things I really liked about the film was the other character he was fighting against for half the film, that of a special agents guy. But then suddenly it twisted the other way around and they helped each other out, which was really good actually. Maybe a bit more explanation, but it was good. The other things I would take away from the film is his backstory of Tyler Rake, him losing his kid and his wife and everything like that. I don't think it's really necessary. It's just so cliched. Why couldn't he just be a mercenary who's alone and couldn't have a family because he's too violent in the military and can't settle down to domestic life? Surely that's a stronger point than having the cliche of, yeah, I lost my child and my wife again. Starting with Tyler Rake, the Christian Hemsworth character, if they toned him down, he's like a superhero. He's indestructible. He gets run over, beat up, shot, everything else. He just recovers straight away. So if they tone that down a bit, for me, action is better when it's more realistic. So instead of him taking on 20 guys effortlessly and without getting hardly a scratch on him, maybe, he wouldn't. He wouldn't take them on so much. He'd hide and take on a few, be a bit more realistic. So halfway through, one of my favourite scenes is where they're in the house with his special forces friend, and they're discussing actually to hand the kid over to get money because the kid's got no future. It's quite clear. If they do manage to get him out of the city, he's going to be killed anyway, probably, because his dad's a drug lord. But if they, it might be better to actually kill him now, which is a really great scene. That's quite outside of normal action style films, I think. But they could have took that a step further because Tyler Rake, Christopher Hemsworth's character, doesn't really consider it. He's just like, no. Well, he's a mercenary. If they played on that more, it would have given the whole scene an even greater dynamic, I think. The bridge scene at the end is fantastic. And trying to get to the other side and through with the sniper is brilliant, and the other special forces guy, actually I think he steals that whole scene because he's so good and so much more realistic than the other characters in it sometimes actually. But it was so disappointing when that young street kid shot Tyler Rake in the back. It's just like, oh, another cliche. Just why? Why did it have to happen like that? Why couldn't it just be some random soldier just doing it? It doesn't have to have all these links all the time. So to compare Extraction with the genre, action genre, I would say it could improve by being more like Jason Bourne films. They really did set the precedent for the rest of the action genre in every genre actually. I have it here. Oh. But yeah, these are really good because the action was sharp, it was realistic, it was really fun to watch and quite innovative with the way they fought as well. It wasn't just using legs and punches and stuff. He used all kinds of anything that was around. You can see some of that in the instruction actually as well. But yeah, so be more like Bourne. So in summary, the film doesn't need to change that much to be an outstanding film. So I would give Extraction a solid 7 out of 10. It does what it says on the tin. It's a good action film, enjoy it. But it could have been an 8 or a 9 possibly, taking the story a bit further, just pushing it a bit more. So that's my thoughts about the film. You can use the comment box below to say what you think about my opinions or how you think it should have ended and what you think could have changed to make it a better film. And stay in touch, subscribe, and I might do a few more.